It's 7:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. The owners of a dog which bit a 2-year-old girl at Belmont North last night have surrendered the animal to Lake Macquarie Council Rangers. The girl and her family were visiting friends at their Pacific Highway home at about 6, and the toddler had been playing in a sand pit in the backyard when she began walking towards the dog's food bowl. Police say the Italian Mastiff lashed out and bit the toddler on the arm. She suffered lacerations and has been taken to the John Hunter Hospital for treatment. It's expected the dog will be put down. Crews from Ausgrid have worked through the night to restore power to thousands of homes following yesterday's spectacular thunderstorm. The wild storm swept across the region from about 6 p.m. with around 9,000 lightning strikes recorded. Zoe Allibone from Ausgrid says most homes and businesses have now had the power restored.
In the Hunter region, we had at the height of the storm about 10,000 customers affected by interruptions. Our crews have been out patrolling power lines and locating and repairing faults overnight, and they've been able to get power back progressively to the vast majority of customers. We have at the moment only about 20 customers without power still at Jerry's Plains.
An early morning house fire has left a teenage boy in hospital with burns to his lower legs and arms. Fire crews from 2 stations were called to the 2-storey Fibro home in Bender Place just before 4 a.m. to find smoke issuing from a below-ground garage. The 3 occupants of the home managed to escape. However, a 16-year-old boy suffered burns trying to extinguish the blaze. He's been taken to hospital in a stable condition. The cause of the fire is not known at this stage, but it's not thought to be suspicious. Police are stepping up their appeal for information following an assault on a Cessnock man during a break-and-enter. The 70-year-old told police he woke to find 2 men in his Shedden Street home looking for money last Monday. He confronted them and there was a struggle, with the man suffering minor injuries to his hands and face. Joanne Elliott from police headquarters says the intruders fled empty-handed.
Both of them are described as being of Caucasian appearance in their mid-20s. Now, the first one was about 175 to 180 centimetres tall. He wore a black hooded jumper with the hood pulled tight over his face. He was unshaven and actually had blonde whiskers. The second man was about 175 centimetres tall, thin, and he was wearing a grey hooded jumper.
A $73 million recycled water plant is set to be unveiled at Mayfield West today. Tandin Chindobi reports.
The Minister for Natural Resources, Lands and Water, Kevin Humphries, will today reveal the Kooragang Recycled Water Scheme, which is reported to be capable of producing over 3 billion litres of highly purified water. The plant will deliver the water from Steel River to Orica's Kooragang site via a pipeline which runs under the Hunter River. The scheme is made up of a recycled water plant, which includes raw water storage, chemical dosing, and screening facilities. The plant is the result of 4 years of work by Hunter Water and is expected to help the region triple the billion litres of drinking water it saves annually. Tandi Jindoe, 2NURFM News.
More than 1,000 children from all around the world are set to compete at the International Children's Games, which kicks off in a couple of weeks' time. Lake Macquarie has been lucky enough to be named the host of the 48th edition of the special event. Event director Jodie Tweed says it's a great opportunity to showcase Lake Macquarie on the world stage.
So we have 80 cities from 30 countries represented, with 1,500 athletes, coaches and heads of delegation.
Now with sport, Belinda Delaceres.
The Newcastle Jets have extended their winless A-League run to 7 games with a 1-1 draw against Western Sydney on Saturday. Striker Tom Jurek put the Wanderers on the front foot with a volley in the opening 12, but it wasn't enough to silence the Jets, midfielder Marcos Flores netting an equaliser in the 27th minute. Coach Phil Stubbins says the boys put in the hard yards.
My boys certainly controlled a vast amount of the time in the first 45 minutes, so a credit to them. They took to task in difficult circumstances, and I think they can all hold their heads up high.
Meanwhile, the Jets youth haven't fared any better after going down to Melbourne City 2-1 yesterday. The loss leaves Newcastle with just 1 win and 4 points from 5 games going into Saturday's round 6 clash with the Mariners. And a knee injury has seen Maitland mixed martial arts exponent JJ Van Aswagen miss out on cage fighting's brace featherweight title, going down to Central Coast's Jamie Malarkey in the opening minute of Saturday's final. That's sport. I'm Belinda Delas Harris.
2NURFM News Time 26 to 8.